What is up, woke families of woke ebooks, and I'm back again with another video. Why black men should consider marrying white women. Let's get into it, man.
I disagree with this whole idea.
I don't buy it. I really don't.
I don't think that swirling happens on lower levels than we think it does.
No doubt.
It really does.
No
What do you mean by that?
Like,
Listen, guys, as a heads up, I might have watched this video already, but we're still going to react to it in a different way.
there aren't that many black men marrying that many white women. It's not, the numbers are not that high. The statistics say so.
The profiles might be higher, so people say, okay, well, Kanye did it, so now this means X, Y, Z. This ball player did it, so
Not even that many
all
of them,
good. But exactly, like
a lot of them.
exactly, even
lot of
that
them.
narrative.
Those guys
Those are the exceptions, though,
Even
bro.
that narrative.
Those are the exceptions.
There are a lot
But that's
of
the
dudes
thing, like
who
we
got
said about the
black
negative.
No
The
question.
negative gets put out there, and it just gets fed into for whatever
The
reason.
negative is more exciting.
The majority of the married black men I know who are in great positions, black women.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
Me
the
too.
majority.
Me too.
But like I said, most of them, they're not on the internet. They're not on Twitter. So as far as this conversation goes, they don't exist.
Yeah.
Right.
The angrier people are the ones that make the most noise. And
Right.
that's why they determine what the narrative is going to be that we talk about.
Truth.
The swirl.
When they're talking about the angry people, I'm assuming they're talking about the black women that are going to try to shame black men for marrying white women. This is the thing you have to understand. A lot of black men come from a point of growing up in poverty, right? Most black people don't really have it all growing up, right? We can all relate to that situation, but this is the thing. As a black man, if you don't fit into a certain category, it's very, very hard for a black woman to accept you. Let's say you speak properly. She's going to say you sound like a white dude, for what I'm saying, and to her, that's not attractive. And that's not all, but that's majority of black women, and I'm talking about black women in America. So my advice is, listen, like I said, if you're dealing with, if you are in a situation where a majority of black women are not choosing for you, go to where women are going to accept you, whether it's a white woman, whether it's an Asian, Hispanic. But if you happen to know how to maneuver yourself in the dating game when it comes to dealing with black women, then deal with black women, But go where somebody's going to appreciate you overall. Let's continue.
The thing is, it's in your mind. Some of it. A lot of it's just in your mind.
And we also know we all can walk out with 10 black women, but the first white woman we walk out with is
It's a problem. Yeah.
Oh my God! No, you will.
It's a problem if you allow it to be a problem, bro. Like, don't feel shamed into not doing what you want to do. It's your life. It's your life. You have the right to do whatever you want to do. Don't allow somebody to shame you. Look at the situation which happened a couple of weeks ago with LeBron's son, Bronny, about how he went to prom with the white girl, and so many of the black women on Twitter were pissed at him. It's like, bro, it's his life. I can even relate to a situation where most of the black women I went to high school with, middle school with, they weren't choosing for me. But then they see me pull up to prom with a bad Asian chick, they felt some type of way. Do what's best for you. Don't feel pressured, bro. It's your life. They're not going to live it for you. Let's go.
You're
So living the dream.
When it comes to money, oftentimes black men may attain a certain level financially and then enter a different realm of life.
Right.
And within that different realm, there may be more white women there.
Right.
Here's my
True.
coworkers,
That's
man.
possible.
That's what it
It
is.
may just be if you hit that $1 million mark, for example. So
Not even though. But I hear you.
around,
I feel
and
you.
unfortunately, we are conditioned to believe that white is
Right.
that level of success. We're
Yeah.
not gonna lie and say it's
No,
not.
it's true. Yeah.
But
I don't know any dudes who are like, if I get a white chick, I'm
Nah,
winning.
I don't
yeah,
know.
I'm
no.
speaking historically. I'm speaking
That's
more
the-
like
Yeah,
on a
I'm
deeper.
I
sure
sat down with
historically,
someone- I
yes.
interviewed
I'm talking about
someone
just right now.
Yeah.
They
If a
said
guy,
that.
if
Say
a guy
again?
says that, he's getting barked on.
Wait,
I heard a guy
He
say
getting barked.
he's married to a black woman,
Right.
And I was talking to him. He was like, "Yeah, yo, my next wife, she's gonna be white. I'm not doing no black woman. I can't do it. I can't
Yeah,
do it.
that's crazy.
That blew my mind. I'm
Right.
like, wow.
Did you bark on him though?
Nah, I'm not gonna bark on him. He's a grown man. He can do it.
You
seven
guys were
months.
friends? Or what was the
No,
situation?
no, no.
Oh, you didn't know? Okay.
No,
okay.
no, no.
I thought he was your friend. Okay.
No.
He's like, you barked on him, right? You did bark.
I respect that. I respect that.
That's what we got to do. Like sometimes
No,
you say something crazy.
but
like,
really,
hold up,
but at the
wait,
same
wait.
time,
But
at
he
the same
has
time,
6 children with the black woman. So him saying that, I want a white woman after
Lucky
being
number
married
6.
6 children.
Right.
He ready for the next wife too?
Right.
And he's thinking about next wife.
You need to slow down.
That's a good point, though. I don't know if that's really is your responsibility to be like to tell this man he can't.
I don't think
be
you should
with
ever
this white
tell a
woman.
man what to do, but I think it depends on the circumstance.
It's not telling,
I think
right?
if you're being
It's just
disrespectful,
right.
it's at least a point
Okay.
to ask.
Understood.
Yeah, well, like you can't tell another man what to do.
But you like,
Like
really?
you ain't Dame Dash or something. Like, this is what a man does.
I wouldn't want a black man to demean black women and go off. I would talk to you before. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't demean it.
Right. He's just speaking to his experience.
On his experience. There wasn't like,
now
I
he
can't
wants.
stand
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's different.
It's the same thing, like they go back to that Dennis Rodman story. He was like, the black women around my neighborhood called me ugly when I was younger. So then when he got to his position, he was like, I don't mess with him.
I don't blame him.
He is.
So, but I'm saying,
That's
so it's like
hilarious.
that's kind of how that one example, that one exception, you see maybe like a handful of them, like, okay, that's what happens because that's what's being seen more,
Right.
versus what the reality on the ground actually is.
Now, but the issue but black women must think it's not a question, right? So, the disconnect is there, but why is that? I don't know. I mean, media, yes, but this has been going on before social media, obviously. This has been going on for
years.
Years and years and years and years.
Yeah.
And it's better now than what it was 50 years ago, 30 years ago in the 80s. In the 80s, it was an issue in the 80s. It's not an issue now, but it still exists as a thing for black women to consider.
Right.
And that might be a failing on our part somehow for not getting that message across. Like, hey, that's dead.
Right.
You know?
We
I
need
think it's a combination issue because yes, there's the crossover, but I think it also goes when you have so many men who aren't staying with their black women, even if they don't go to a white woman, just leave. Like it's hitting them from both ends. It's like, okay.
Why do you think the men are not staying with their black women? There's a reason. Now, obviously, you have certain social constructs like welfare and all the other stuff that are coming in to destroy the nuclear family, especially in the black community. But there's a reason why these black men are not staying with their black women. There's a specific reason. Part of it has to do with the combative behavior. Some of it has to do with them not wanting to be with them because they don't see them as wife material, right? So combative behavior has contributed to that. Can you cook? Can you clean? Are you feminine? Are you submissive? To not only black women, but women in general, when they hear that word submissive, it's like a trigger word for them. It's like, nah, bro, you guys want my bad. You guys want a man to fulfill his traditional role as a man, but when it comes to you as a woman, you don't want to do it. You want to be absolved from your traditional role, which is to cook and clean and to be feminine submissive and to be able to have children for that man. You don't want to do that. Probably the children part, yes, but it's not even like that's your man. That's your baby father. Now, some might say, yeah, it's your man because he's always going to come back, but it's like, we have to get to a point as a society to understand that being a baby mother is a negative thing. It's not positive. It's not a positive thing to be a baby mother. Your goal should be to be the wife, not the baby mother. Now, I'm going to be real. Now, this is going to probably trigger a lot of people, but I'm still going to say it. If you've been in a situation where you're the baby mother of a man, that man never wanted to marry you. If he made you the baby mother, he just wanted to have his fun and to move on to the next woman. He was not planning on taking you serious. Now, it could have been probably because of something you did in the past. You probably gave him reasons to believe that you're not wife material. You feel what I'm saying? But that just because a man doesn't believe that you're wife material, just because a man doesn't believe that you're wife material doesn't mean that he won't have a kid with you. He just won't commit to you, right? You being a baby mother, he's not committing to you. He's not going to commit to you. Because if he's going to commit to you, he would have made you wife. He would have made you wifey. You feel what I'm saying? It is what it is. Let's continue.
Okay, you're either going with the white woman
Right.
or you're not staying.
Right.
So now it just
Either
makes
way,
you
you're
say
not
that,
here.
like either way,
Right.
we're not wanted after you've
Right.
done whatever you've done. So I can see it from that angle.
So what about the brothers that like they tried to mess with the black woman, but the black woman wasn't really giving them no rhythm, and then the white woman.
Who are these brothers?
No, I know brothers like this because yes, I know a lot of brothers like that. Who
So they was like, I want to date black girls. Black girls.
It's
like,
not that it wasn't like a conscious decision. It's just that the white women were feeling them more.
Yeah.
Like they were all. People like you say, times change. We get to mingle with everybody.
Those things are all right. I don't know. My experience is very segregated. Like high school, like college.
Right.
Like most of my friends are black. I might have white friends, but most of my white friends are
how many white
white
friends
males.
You can count.
I have a lot. I have like
How many?
8.
That's a high count. That's a high count. I only got like 2 friends, so you're doing good.
That's a lot.
You're doing good.
That's a lot. You got one for every day of the week, right?
Right, and twice on Sunday. You know what I mean?
Doing big things.
You know
made
what I
it.
mean?
A lot.
But I have a lot of white female friends, and that's just happenstance. I don't know why that is, but that's what it is.
Right.
And you know, I had white coworkers, and they once tried to set me up one of their friends. You know, and because I've mentioned this to them about me only dating black girls, and they were like, "What?" You know, and I was like, "But I don't not date white women. I only just date black women." You know, I try to explain to them like that, because then otherwise they might have felt a little bit like
Offended?
Right.
And I was like, if you set the date.
Why does it matter to you if they feel offended? It's your preference, bro. Everybody's entitled to their preference. It's just like you trying to get offended if she says that she doesn't deal with black dudes. That's her preference, bro. Everybody just has to accept what other people's preferences are and move accordingly.
I will go. You know, I didn't think they were going to do it.
Right.
I thought they were just saying it just to be saying it. We were having a discussion at work. You don't think that's real?
Right.
Next day, we're set up. I'm like, okay, wow.
This is real.
And we're, so we went to 40 Club. This is when it first opened. This is like,
Let's go.
This is like 04, 05, right? And I was like, wow, I'm about to, here I go. You know, I had never had a date with a white girl ever, ever in life. And we get there, we're sitting down. You know, there were a lot of black folks in the room.
Looking at you.
Black women in the vicinity. I was like, they're not staring at me. I'm bugging. They're looking at me. I'm bugging,
Dude,
but I felt like it in my mind that they were.
No doubt.
And so we talked. We ordered. We got we paid the check. We left. I shook her hand. Dinner was nice. Boom. And that was so. The next day, it was like, what happened with the girl? I was like, it was cool, but nah. And it wasn't because she was white. We didn't have any connectivity.
Right.
But I don't know if that connectivity was because she was white. I don't know, and I didn't really try to find out because I didn't care.
Right.
You know
At
what I
that
mean?
point. With
You just basically wasted your time and her time.
the black women
Because you
that
don't
were
want
there,
to. You
I didn't really
you
want
don't want
to.
to date.
No,
You
I-
don't
already
want to
shut
date.
off to it.
There are so many dope black girls that it's not really a thing for me to be like, yo, I'm swirling. It's just
Right.
See,
That's
my
not gonna
whole
happen.
thing with that, real quick, is that I just want to be able to relate to somebody, right? I want, like when somebody get beat up at UVA, I want to be able to speak to somebody that understands why this hurts to see something like that, right?
Right.
Not like somebody
good
going,
point.
"Oh, how do you feel about this?"
Right.
Like
she gotta know stuff. She
you know
gotta,
what I mean?
She gotta know.
I don't want to
know.
have to translate. I don't want to have to be the cultural translator of this. I just want to be able to. You just get it.
Well, this is my thing. It's not based off of race. It's based off of experiences and where you grew up, right? Because you could have a white girl that could completely understand where you're coming from because she was raised in that similar or same environment as you. So that's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I think this was a very, very impactful video. We were able to get the gist of why black men, to an extent, would either prefer black women or prefer white women. But as a food for thought, like I said, for those black men that are struggling to deal with black women because black women didn't pick you, you can definitely consider you can definitely consider marrying white women, right? You can consider marrying Asian women. You can consider marrying other races of women that are going to accept you for you if you don't believe that black women are looking at you and respecting you. If you understand, it's because you're woke. If you don't understand, fortunately, you're not woke. This is going to be in this video. If you like this video, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this video with your friends, subscribe to the channel at WokeEbucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and so will social media links. Make sure you go give those a check. Without further ado, let's come into this live stream.